Howdy folks, and welcome to a brand new video. This is Star Trek Online Races. That's right, I'm going to explore in detail of every single last species in the Star Trek Online series. Without even looking at the info race or race info. In this case, it will just show you what abilities they have and of course what the descriptions they are. In fact, I'm going to actually use the description here, because that is actually very informative. Anyways, first of which, we're starting things off with the main race that started off the entire Star Trek franchise, humans. First of which, humans, natives of the planet Earth. Humans are one of the founding races of the United Federation of Planets, a warm-blooded humanoid species with an average lifespan of about 120 years. Humans have a great deal of diversity both in their culture and their appearance. Skin, eye, and hair color vary considerably among individuals, and nearly every human is distinct in appearance, while not as strong as races such as Klingons or Vulcans. Humans are quite resilient and can adapt to a wide variety of climates. So, humans. Pretty much the bread and butter of what is me, you, and everyone else who are native born on Earth. If you're not human and native born on Earth, don't let us know. Seriously, don't let us know. Especially if you live in the United States, don't let us know. I don't want you to suffer. But yeah. Humans, very diverse. 5 fingers, 5 toes. If you have extra digits, that's fine. I don't care. 6 fingers, 7 fingers, 10 toes, 20 toes. I don't know. I don't care. You know, very diverse. And in Star Trek Online, you have a wide variety of traits available. Just showing you guys what is here or what's available to you. And of course, what's not class specific on traits. So that's pretty much about it. I mean, class info, yada yada yada, whatever. So, next up, down the list is Andorians. Of course, just to let you all know, for those who've seen the character creation a long time ago, I did. Literally, a long time ago. I don't even think I have the original footage of it. Oh well, whatever. The visual appearances, the aesthetics. In fact, if I ever go to appearances, real quick, has been improved. In fact, heavily improved upon. You know, considering that Andorians, you know, it doesn't matter. But yeah. Anyways, Andorians. Let's read what the description has said. Blue-skinned with white and silver hair, Andorians are natives of Andoria, a frozen moon of a gas giant Andor. Kid you not, the gas giant is called Andor. Their antennae aid in balance, and the movement of their antennae may express emotion. Unfortunately, in this game, they don't move. Yet. Andorians are a militaristic species that settles disputes through ritual combat, such as the oh my god, I can't believe I forgot about that name. It's also named after their climbing ice picks. Anyways, they tend to be passionate and emotional, but not overly concerned with sympathy. First which, the original appearances of Andorians were really awkward. They were blue skinned, but it was more like a light blue or greenish blue color, depending on which TV set you were looking at the time, and depending on which version you're looking at. Trust me, there were different versions based on when it was aired. Kid you not. Original series, the antennae moved, but barely. They first popped up in the original series with big, huge, poofy hairs, which emphasized that they had a large cranium, a very tall cranium, but that wasn't the case. They just had large hair. That was the style back then for aliens. Weird hair, weird skin. Yeah, pretty much. And, from since then, Andorians weren't given a good name. They're like, oh, okay, it's the blue-skinned alien race. Okay. Later on, Next Generation, still the same issue. But it wasn't until the films did we see a more refined appearance of the Andorians. This would be in Star Trek... Not 3. This would be in Star Trek 4 and 5. No, it had to be Star Trek 4. That's right. Yeah, Star Trek 4 was when we had a proper appearance of an Andorian. Regular head size, normal hair. The antennas actually did move. Next Generation, that wasn't the case. That was before those films popped up. We finally got the appearances, at least in Deep Space Nine, but not in Voyager because there was no Andorian crew members on Voyager at the time. I know, tough luck. But we did get awesome Andorian commandos in Star Trek Enterprise. My favorite, Commander Shran. Next up is the Bajorans. Yep. Pretty much the iconic wrinkle-nosed race. Bajorans have one of the oldest cultures in the Federation, but they suffered greatly during the Cardassian occupation in 2300s. Kid you not, it's an actual backstory about this. They are a deeply spiritual race dedicated to their gods, the prophets, and most wear an elaborate earring on their right ear as a symbol of their faith. They resemble humans, but have a distinctive set of nose ridges. That's right, wrinkled noses. Bajoran customs places the surname before the given name. Their race is one of the most recent to join the United Federation of Planets. Now, also, too, when you have a Bajoran duty officer, they're religious, okay? Very religious. They first popped up in Next Generations when it comes to the whole Cardassian issue. Captain Kirk, good God, Captain Picard, that's what I was going for. Captain Picard, Chief O'Brien, who originally was a lieutenant in the series, but that was before they gave him an actual commissioned officer. Well, not commissioned, more of a warrant officer position. So he was Chief Petty Officer. There we go. That's what I was thinking of. He wasn't a warrant officer. Yeah, he was Chief Petty Officer, or Chief Petty Engineer, Miles O'Brien. They dealt with the Cardassians when they were trying to expand their reach into the Federation space after they have occupied Bajor for many years. I think like close to 50 years. So yeah, they really hate the Cardassians very much. And they have no love for the Cardassians. Actual truth. You think racism and bigotry left? Oh, no. Nah, it stayed put. Next up, Benzites. You can tell that already they're aquatic because of the respirator. It actually shoots up water vapor which they breathe in. It's necessary for them because they're mostly an aquatic race, but some of them just don't need it, and it can just go away. And wondering, this is what a female Benzite looked like. I don't remember seeing any female Benzites in the Star Trek series. If there are, I just got to really relook at. But just a bit of trivia, the first actual Starfleet officer to join Starfleet as a cadet was during, I think, first or second season of Star Trek Next Generation, and the officer that afterward wasn't actually the one that joined Starfleet. It was part of the exchange program for the Benzites with Starfleet, is to get a more connection with the other species in the Federation. You have to understand they have their own science program, that's dedicated for each government, each planet. And more specifically, there are also military factions, but mainly for planetary defenses. Anyways, let's go ahead and... Oh yeah, this is one of the few species that actually comes with efficient captain. Just letting you know. Alright, Benzite contact with the Federation was limited until the 24th century. In 2364, Marduk was the first Benzite accepted into Starfleet Academy. See, told you. That was his name I was forgetting. Benzites have smooth blue, hairless skin and a thick protrusion of skin extension over the face. Okay, extension down. Okay, yeah, the tendrils, giving Benzite a prominent nasal lobe and brow. Oh, it's like a jellyfish complex. They have two facial tendrils that extend from above the upper lips. Their bodies are protected by a smooth, chitinous cover. Oh, sounds like a... Oh, okay, it's like a insect-like aquatic thing, like a crustacean. Okay. Benzites are unable to breathe a standard oxygen-nitrogen environment. Some benzites choose to wear a respiration device, but many undergo genetic alterations to allow them to operate in normal Federation environments. Because majority of the species in the Federation breathe an oxygen-nitrogen environment. So this means that they are mostly aquatic, or at least in a very humid environment. Humans like a dry, but still kinda moist, not too dry. So there you go. Next up is the Betazoids. The only difference facially between a human and a Betazoid is the eyes. Their irises is not colored. In fact, it's black. If you notice on Deanna Troi, or her and Loxana Troi, the two most famous Betazoids in the series, their irises are black. So yeah. And let's take a look. Mental discipline. Just wanted to also understand that they are actually empathic. So yeah, here we go. A telepathic species. Betazoids are members of the United Federation of Planets. Physically, the only thing that distinguishes Betazoids from humans is that the iris of their eyes are completely black. See, I told you. Most Betazoids develop their telepathic abilities in adolescence, but they are unable to read the minds of Ferengi, changelings, and non-corporeal beings. That's right, any cousins of the Ferengi's changelings and anything non-corporeal, they can't read. Simple as that. Because of their telepathic abilities, Betazoids are open about their emotions and they value honesty. It once was traditional for Betazoid children to be genetically bonded to a future spouse, but this practice has fallen out of favor in recent decades. Although it's fallen out of practice, it's still used upon. Loxana Troi tried to do that for Deanna Troi, but she forgo that and went for a open route, still trying to be the matchmaker for her. Despite her, despite Deanna's very much open retort about not accepting it. Right, so, Bolians. Very interesting species, of course blue, but I never really knew about them except for the fact that their skin is actually very acidic. And if you do a blood transfusion from a Bolian to a Vulcan, that poor Vulcan will die a horrible fate, and so will the Bolian. Just saying. Let's see. Stats here. No new additional stats except for the fact that they have acidic blood. So any bites on them actually hurt the opponent very badly. A humanoid species native to Belarus 9, Bolians are highly outspoken and jovial. They are known for a cartilage ridge that runs vertically along the center of their heads and faces. Oh, so that's cartilage. Okay. All Bolians have skin in shades of blue, and most Bolians are bald. Most. That means some have hair. Oh, okay. They also have a cartilaginous lining on their tongues that allow them to consume substances that many other races cannot, such as very acidic or spicy food. Bolians believe that children born near a warp core have pleasant dispositions. Wait, what? I guess they're all engineers. Right. Weird. So, I want to test that out real quick. Okay, they don't have the hair thing. In fact... Okay. No hair. Perfect. Bolians started popping up in Next Generation onwards. Pretty much that's about it. Oh yeah, Caitians. Awesome race. This is actually a sea store. Notice the coin with a check mark on it over here is a sea store unlock for Star Trek Online. This is a Federation only race. Oh, I forgot to mention Andorians. Their cousins is that of the Anars. Anars are very peaceful race. Very reclusive. They don't talk to most other races, but they are very open with them. And they're very highly telepathic, so yeah. Also too, more of a shade of green than Andorians, and they're blind. Yeah, just to let you know. Anyways, back to the Caitians. C-store only for the Federation, in this case Starfleet. They have a higher sense of jump, and they know the ability Pounce, which is a trait that you got to have unlocked. In fact, yeah, feline instincts. More chance to dodge in range, higher jump height, more perception, and a 15% more exploit damage. Very awesome. Also to Pounce. It's like lunge, but you're doing it in a kitty cat fashion. Anyways, if I could find it. Here it is. Pounce. 15 meter. Holy, 15 meter lunge. Yeah. Pretty good. And it has a 100% chance to knock a person back 6 feet, and sometimes knock them down. So, let's see here. A felinoid species native to the planet Cait. Caitians are bipedal, have tails that assist their balance, and large eyes with excellent night vision. Their skin is covered with a soft fur coat, and their felinoid ears can pick up frequency that most humanoids are unable to detect. So yeah, they're able to detect noises much better than we do. I gotta admit, first instance of Caitians in the series would have been in Star Trek, I believe, 4? Yes, Star Trek 4. We've seen them for the first time during a court-martial against Captain Kirk and the crew of the Enterprise when they went to Genesis and came back with a stolen warbird because they blew up the original Enterprise. Oh yeah, not kidding. There's no spoilers on that one. Alright. Cait is a member of the United Federation of Planets, and the Caitians are known throughout the quadrant for their intelligence, curiosity, loyalty, and love of beauty. Oh, interesting. Caitians, interlocking personality and clan relationships can create large family groups that sometimes number in the hundreds. Let me take a drink on that. Okay. So yeah, they're pretty cool. And also too, female Caitians. That's alright. Okay. Next is the Ferengi. They are the most intelligent and mischievous. They haven't joined the United Federation of Planets, and they are not part of the Federation. But you can be a Ferengi in this game. Natives of the planet Ferengi are normally smaller than humans and have lifespans that can exceed a century. Ferengi have orange-brown colored skin, blue fingernails, and enlarged skulls, and sharp teeth. Also 2 earlobes. Speaking of which, their 4-lobed brain makes them resistant to telepathy. That's why they can't be mind-read by Betazoids. Their large ears give them an exceptionally acute hearing. Also, too, that's their sex organ. Why do you think they call it umox? Yeah. It's their genitalia. It's also their most sensitive organ, so you stroke it, it's pleasure. When you pinch it, it's absolutely excruciating pain. Which I find hilarious. But their crying is annoying. Ferengi culture is built on an ideals of free enterprise and profit, and there are 285 rules of acquisition that govern Ferengi society. Due to recent social reforms, however, many young Ferengi are exploring the world outside of commerce. Some have joined Starfleet, where service to others is valued more than gold-pressed latinum. All thanks to Nog. Quark still hates you. Yeah. Oh well. Next to Trill. Gamut, available to both the Klingon Empire and Starfleet. Trills are awesome, especially with the actress playing as Jadzia Dax. Oh my god. I just love that blue eyes of hers. Anyways. They do have a bit of a limited telepathy, but more specifically, this is a joined Trill. You do have regular Trill. Regular Trills don't have the same thing as a combined host, or a joined host trait. They get more benefits. Okay, a humanoid species native to the planet Trill. Trill are characterized by 2 rows of spots that descend down each side of their body from head or forehead to toe. Yeah, they go all the way down. All the way. A small number of Trill are joined with a symbiotic life form. You are one of those chosen few. That's right. This is actually a C-store unlock, and for a while, they are free to everybody. At least for a while. As far as I know, they were free, and originally they weren't. So yeah, I got it for free, because I was lucky enough. Joined Trill have personalities that are a synthesis of the host and the symbiote, and to some extent the memories and personalities of all of the previous host of the symbiote. The joined Trill has access to the skills and memories of all of the previous hosts. That makes them fun at Dungjot for a while. Next, Klingon. Do note that the original series Klingons went bye-bye. I am so grateful they went bye-bye, although you can still encounter them in Star Trek Online. I rather prefer these type of Klingons. This particular characteristic Klingon actually first showed up in the motion picture, where they started actually having forehead ridges. For the Federation, they never knew what happened. Literally, they never knew what happened because they have on record Klingons had ridges, then they didn't. Now they have ridges again. They don't understand, and they don't care. Klingons are Klingons. Right. Klingon Empire, you have a Klingon for free. Federation, you gotta pay for it to be unlocked. I don't know the amount, and I don't care. Besides, they're a warrior race, and in fact, honorable warrior. Only affects certain things, really. Huh, I guess some choice actions, I think. You know what? I'm just going to look through here to say anything about Saurian Starfleet. No, okay. The most iconic and memorable Klingon warrior to join the Starfleet is Worf. Is Worf, son of Moog. And Worf is encountered on Konos in the game, and voiced by Michael Dorn. Liberated Borg human. Pretty much you... Whoa. Going to the old uniform, aren't we? I just found a glitch in the system. That's awesome. It didn't go with the new uniform. Okay, says a lot. Okay. It's available to people who actually paid for the lifetime membership. Basically, so long as the game is still running, you have access to the game and certain perks. Right. More specifically, Neuroblast. Really good, a very good, slow effect on an opponent. That's pretty much about it. Oh, there is a bit of information. You are a former Borg drone. You were taken from your home and assimilated into the Borg Collective, and spent a period of time as a Borg. You have taken part in the simulation of thousands or even millions of other individuals. Something or someone have severed your connection to the Collective, and you have regained a portion of your former identity and are now trying to rebuild your life as a human. You retain some of your Borg knowledge or even cybernetic implants that assist you in your duties. Transition back into the normal world has been difficult. You find humanoid emotions difficult to understand, and even your own impulses are strange to you. Your implants may make other beings fear you as they fear the Borg. Without the Collective to depend on, you must find your own way in the galaxy. Pretty much is more of a need. It's like 7 of 9. She felt alienated amongst the crew of the Voyager because for so long she's been with Borg. She has been Borg. And the efficiency of the Borg has never left her, but she finds it very distracting and disconcerting that nobody around is understanding that what it was like to be formerly Borg. And yeah, it's things like that. The Pakled. A very interesting race. Okay, yeah, dumb luck. Not kidding. Let's see here. Yeah, stubborn, soldier, okay. Okay, Pakleds are a species native to the Alpha Quadrant, but not a member of the United Federation of Planets. Pakleds have a largely nomadic culture. Their technology is not as advanced as many Alpha Quadrant species, so they like to trade or scavenge for equipment to improve their ships. We make things go boom. You make it go whoosh. Anyways, their verbal communication skills are not as developed as many other species, and casual observers may believe that the Pakleds are unintelligent. But Pakleds are very cunning and will deliberately let an opponent underestimate them if they can use that to their advantage. Most Pakleds disdain political ties. A few, however, have chosen to join Starfleet, and their success in the rigorous academic arena of Starfleet Academy shows that Pakleds can be much more than Oh, I do apologize. Pakleds can be much more than wanderers and traders. First appearance in Star Trek Next Generations when they captured Geordi LaForge acting as if their ship is disabled, which actually is about the truth. Finding out, hey, we could use him to pretty much repair our ship and get more stuff. And improve our weapons and torpedoes. Well, guess what? Yeah, they're not that bright, but they are very cunning. Don't underestimate them. Rigelians. A highly underrated race in the game. And species in general. And of course, they're the distant cousins of both the Romulans and the Vulcans, so they are telepathic. But they're more spiritual, so they're the more spiritual of the two cousins. Told ya, Spirit Walk, unique to them. Okay, let's see here. A humanoid species that is native to the planet Rigel 5. Rigelians are a secretive and spiritual people. Rigelians are believed to have 4 or 5 genders, but also exhibit many physiological similarities with Vulcans and Romulans. 4 or 5? So they just only need one other species and that's it. You know, one other person and they could just go happy glory. Huh. Okay. Some Federation anthropologists believe that they share a common ancestor. Rigelians typically have pale skin and pronounced facial ridges. They customarily use body paint or tattoos to elaborate jewelry to display social status and family ties. So they only need just 2 people and that's it. Just like any other species. But sometimes they could just use themselves. I say if there's an extinction rate, they could just easily repopulate with themselves. I wonder what's the gestation period. I wonder if they ever figure that out. Sorry. Alright, let's move on. Saurians. I got nothing on them. I think they popped up in the original series motion picture movie, but that's about it. Oh yeah. Unique trait for them, Saurian physiology. Resistance to plasma damage, toxic damage, fire damage. Resistance to flanking. Oh yeah, that's right, because they're reptilian species, similar to that of snakes. Aha! A reptilian race from Sauria. Saurians are intelligent and make excellent Starfleet officers. Saurians have a circulatory system with inherent redundancies that makes them hard to kill. Ooh, now that'll be interesting. They are comfortable underwater and can adapt well in rainforest and swampy climates. They are resistant to poisons and can breathe a variety of gases without ill effects. That's cool. Saurians are renowned traders, and most of their early interactions with other species were related to commerce. Saurian brandy is prized throughout the Alpha Quadrant. But yet they don't show them in the rest of the series. I mean, they are in the series as Saurian brandy and the Saurians, but you don't see them in the series at all. Alright. I'm gonna do this. Talaxians. First popped up in Star Trek Voyager and ended with Star Trek Voyager. They popped up in the series in Star Trek Online for both Starfleet and Klingon Empire for the fact that they work well. And they're free to everyone who pretty much is just whoever creates a character, you have a Talaxian. And they're from the Delta Quadrant, from the Delta Rising expansion pack. Yeah, just saying. I have no real good thing to say about Talaxians. They're just not a pretty species to look at. Oh yeah, salvage specialist. When attacking targets that are below 25% hull, 10% chance to receive random research development drops. Materials. That's pretty much what's there. Oh yeah, and this. Ground and space. Oh, okay. More skill points and more heal. Actually, that's not bad. Oh, actually, that's pretty good. Okay. Natives of the planet Talax in the Delta Quadrant, Talaxians are a jovial, friendly humanoid species who enjoy food and family and have a strong spiritual outlook on life. Talaxians have pale skin with areas of yellow to reddish spots on their heads, arms, and bodies, and a plume of hair on the top of their heads. They are stocky and have dense musculature on the upper bodies and twin spinal columns. Most males have whiskers that develop in puberty. That's right. The guy can actually have sex and have babies, and quite frankly, he has whiskers. That means he's ready to make babies. Yeah. And also, too, they have hobbit feet. In the mid 21st In the mid 24th century, the Talaxians fought a violent and punishing war with the Hakonian Order, which ended after the Hakonians unleashed a Metreon cascade on one of Talax's moons, killing more than 300,000 colonists and forcing the Talaxian government to surrender control of their world. As a result of the war, many Talaxians have left Talax. Some are wanderers and traders who range throughout the Delta Quadrant, but other Talaxians have gathered together in an attempt to settle a new world and found a new society. Right. Ah, yeah. Tellarites. We've seen them in Next Generations and Deep Space Nine. And we see more details on the prosthetics and the Star Trek Enterprise. Let's see here. They don't have pig-headed. Well, pig-headed is one of the traits you can have for bridge officers, and they're really known for being stubborn. Really, that's their major thing. Tellarites are one of the founding races of the United Federation of Planets, a stout humanoid species from Tellar Prime. Tellarites have pronounced snouts and often wear beards. Tellarites are normally shorter than humans. They have a higher body temperature, which means they find human room temperatures to be cold. Tellarites are known to be stubborn and prideful, and they have strong emotional responses. Debating and arguing are a sport on Tellar Prime, and Tellarites often start conversation with a series of complaints or insults. Many Tellarites enter politics. Jeez, no wonder why they'll be good for Congress. I'm horrible. Also, too, Trill. You could be a regular Trill. You're not joined by a symbiote. That's basically what that means. Vulcan. The only difference between a Vulcan and a human is the pointed eyebrows and then ears. Otherwise, they're averaging to be at or higher height than humans and have a lot stronger and faster. They also have limited telepathy and two unique traits. Mind meld, my mind to your mind, and your mind to mine. Yeah, and of course the nerve pinch, which is awesome. Alright, so, known for their logical minds and stoicism, Vulcans were once a violent and emotional race who waged war against one another for centuries. The violence threatened the survival of their species until, inspired by the example of the philosopher Surak, the Vulcans rejected the emotion and vowed to follow an ethical system based on pure logic, which is pretty much their religion. and what motivates them to do better. Vulcans are recognized by their arched eyebrows and pointed ears, and most have dark brown or black hair. Vulcan blood is copper based, which can give Vulcan skin a greenish hue. Why do you think Romulan skins, when they're pasty, they're actually greenish? Not kidding. Pasty skin is actually greenish for them. Also note, original series, Vulcans and Romulans look exactly the same. Except the only difference that you can tell about a Vulcan and a Romulan, the Romulan will laugh at your joke. Yeah. And of course, freaky alien genotype. Anyways, I pretty much dabbled your guys' ears off for this entire section. Leave a like, leave a dislike, whatever, in the comments down below. Leave something. And as always, I will see you guys next time in part 2. Yes, this is going to be a multi-part. I didn't say it earlier, but part 2 we'll be dealing with the Romulan faction races. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.